Mr. Heavy Chevy says he doesn't cut with his, but he welds with it. Somebody else online was saying that they learned how to weld, but they hadn't learned how to cut with one. And you know, the online cuts that they make, they're using thicker metal, but they look like a nice clean cut. It's probably pretty hard to cut metal this thin and have it be that pretty. You'd have to have a really steady hand, which on some of those cuts, like right in there, I guess I had a pretty steady hand. My hand ain't all that steady for that kind of cutting. What I'm thinking on is cutting out the rusty part of the Volkswagen floor, but I want to cut it in such a way where I can cut a piece out of that other and have them kind of match up and then weld it back in there. I may not, well, obviously right now I don't think I have the qualifications to make a pretty cut using that. And I could cut it and grind on it a little bit, and I suppose that would work. Or I could just take a grinding wheel and saw out what I want there, which would make a pretty smooth cut, and then saw out what I want to put back in there. It may make sense to, I'm afraid if I give up on the cutting, I'll never come back to it. It might make sense though to practice doing some welding with it, just so I can learn that. So I don't know. I'm still thinking on these things. Okay, I should say this about these cuts. These are still better cuts than I could achieve with that torch, or with that, I've got a little small plasma cutter back there, and neither one of them would give me cuts much better than what I got. So just to say that I'm not liking them as much as I was hoping I would doesn't mean that they're not good cuts. They're actually doing a pretty good job for what it is, and with very little gas usage. Having said that, now I want to change gears. I want to weld, and I think what I'm going to do is take my little skinny blade grinder and just cut a notch in this, and then try welding it with different tips and different wire. I'm going to start with my smallest tip, which is this aught tip here, and I'm going to try with the wire that I bought. I'll try some welding wire, I'll try some coat hanger wire, we'll try various and sundry different kinds of wire, and we'll see what we come up with that we like.